Michelle, thank you so much for having me today.
My pleasure, Mel. Well, here we go. This is what Brene Brown calls FFT, friggin' first time.
Freaking first time to go live. I love it. So, you're in Australia and I'm in the US. So, it's Monday morning for you. It's Sunday evening for me. I just came in from doing some yard work and we wanted to do a quick live video to chat with our people. So, Michelle, for the viewers, who are you? Who's Michelle Redfern?
Who am I? Michelle Redfern. I am, me, but so I am an Australian business owner and I am serious about getting shit done for gender equality across the globe. And when people say, well, what does that mean? What do you do? I say, well, I do two things. Number one, I fix the systems that prevent women and other underrepresented people achieving their full potential in the workplace. And I do that with CEOs, executives, leaders to create gender equal, inclusive workplaces. And then the other side of what I do is I work directly with women, wonderful women, ambitious women like you, Mel, to help them. I'm like a human GPS. I've got about 40 years in the workforce. So I do a lot around leadership, closing the gender gap, helping women reach their full potential as well. So that's what I do, and that's who I am. What
I
about you? Who are you?
I love that. Well, I'm Mel Butcher. So I am an engineer by day. And then in my spare time, I do things to support work that you're involved with, like a career that soars and lead to soar, which we're going to talk to everybody about today. And I'm so excited. We've got several things we're celebrating. So tell us a little bit about that. What are we celebrating?
Well, I didn't tell you this before we went live, Mel, but I am actually celebrating Ash Barty winning Wimbledon. And so Ash Barty is a First Nations, an Aboriginal woman from Australia, and it's 41 years since another Australian woman won Wimbledon, who is also an Indigenous or a First Nations woman, Yvonne Goolagong, and it's been NAIDOC week here in Australia. So that's number one thing that I'm celebrating, that we have an amazing Aboriginal woman who's a terrific role model who's taken out one of the Grand Slams. So that's the first thing I'm celebrating. The second thing I'm celebrating is that it's nearly our second birthday in a career that soars. So this week marks 2 years since we started this platform for women across the globe, for ambitious women who are serious about having a career that soars. And the third thing I'm celebrating is that we went live with Lead to Soar season 3.
Right. And I'm super excited about that as well. So, really quickly for our viewers, let's break down what is a career that soars and who's it for?
A Career That Soars is a global online network for women who work in organisations who want to, frankly, reach their full potential. It's for women who are ambitious and driven and want to be part of a community where they can be mentored or mentor, be supported and give support, learn and develop and grow, and as I said, reach their full potential. It's particularly for women in organisations who may not get otherwise have access to leadership development. When Susan Colantuno, who is our co-host and the original founder of A Career That Soars, started A Career That Soars, she spoke to me and just said, I want to do this because there are so many women being left behind in organisations, small, big and otherwise, perhaps organisations that don't see the need to invest in women, perhaps organisations that are shutting out women from leadership development. And she just said, would you like to? And she hadn't even finished the sentence. So I said, yeah, I'm on board. And then you came on after that, Mel. So it's for women to really, for those self-starting women who have got initiative to say, I want to take my development and my career into my own hands and be part of a community where I can learn and develop and grow, but also help other women learn, develop and grow.
I love that. And, we have this sort of history now, and you recently wrote about TED Talks that changed your life. And certainly Susan's TED Talk, I think I first saw it maybe about 5 years ago.
Mm.
And it definitely changed my path and how I think about career progress. So, Susan's amazing, and she's the reason we're here today working on a career that soars. So, dear viewer, if you haven't seen her TED Talk yet, you should definitely go check it out. It's called The Career Advice You Probably Didn't Get.
And I can
All right.
guarantee you that 97% of women haven't got that career advice. So it's a must watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And as part of our work in a career that soars, we produce the Lead to Soar podcast, which, like Michelle mentioned, just kicked off season 3. We're super excited about it. So, Michelle, tell our viewers, what can listeners expect different in season 3?
Yeah, thanks, Mel. So season one was all about establishing ourselves and talking about the missing 33%, our definition of leadership, and really profiling the three of us and what we stand for in a career that soars. Season two, we talked to a lot of other women leaders, particularly CEOs, women who have made it, and did a lot of interview style. But then when it came round to season three, did I say season two then? Yeah, I hope I did. Anyway, when it came round to season three, we were listening to our listeners. They were telling us they wanted to hear more from us. They wanted to hear the stuff that we've experienced, both you and I. So we're doing a lot more talking to each other just like this about particular topics, particularly the topics that women tell us about all the time. Really practical advice. And it's probably a little bit more sweary than it was before because am a bit of a naughty potty mouth, but we're also breaking it down and giving some really short mini-sodes about how to get shit done, because that's my signature move, is to get shit done. And I hope we don't get bleeped or blanked out for saying that, but anyway. Yeah, so we'll have you and I talking about topics, and but every single time we talk, it's not just admiring the problem. We're saying, here's what it could be, here's what it looks like, now here's what you must do about it, and giving that advice, actionable insights, tools, techniques, all that kind of stuff. And for you and I, Mel, I'm talking about myself, but I know you and I share this philosophy. We want this to get to as many women, and frankly, as many male leaders too, because they need to hear some of this stuff as well, but as many women as we can. It's a free resource because we want to close the leadership gender gap across the world, and one way is to help women really unleash their own potential, and that's what Lead to Soar is all about.
I love it. And I'm super excited about season 3. Of course, we're working behind the scenes now, and we've already recorded a lot, and everything's in production mode right now. And our mini episodes that Michelle mentioned, they're so fun, and they've got actionable things that you can take away and do in your life immediately. So, really excited about that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for today, Michelle. We're
Yeah.
very excited about our anniversary for a career that soars and season 3 of the Lead to Soar podcast, which you can find on any podcast platform, or you can go to leadtosoar.com.
You sure can. And I very much encourage people to have a listen. And if there's stuff that you want to hear about from us, drop us a line, whether it's on LinkedIn or Facebook. You can leave a voicemail on our website, Lead to Soar. However you want to get a message to us, get it to us to say, I really want some help with, or I'd love to hear you talk about, because we are in service of you, dear viewers and listeners. So we want to talk about what you want to hear about. So there you go.
I love it. Thank
All
you so
right.
much for this call, Michelle. This has
All
been
right.
fun.
It has. And happy Monday for everyone in the Southern Hemisphere, and happy Monday for tomorrow for everyone in the Northern Hemisphere.
And happy first live to you, Michelle, in the bucket.
I know. Woohoo! See you, everyone.
Bye.